So there's a leveling glitch in Legion Remix that will allow you to level up new characters incredibly quickly without having to put any actual focus on this farm. So if you just want to open up a YouTube video or watch some Netflix, you can still do this farm as efficiently as possible with putting almost no focus on it. And it is incredibly easy. It doesn't matter what spec or class you're playing. All you really need is something that can tag enemies at range, and that's all you're going to need. It doesn't matter how strong your character is. It doesn't matter how much infinite power you have or how much gear you have, because you're not going to be the one actually killing these enemies, but you are still going to be getting a ridiculous amount of experience. And you're going to be able to do this right away on new characters. So start a new character, skip the starting quest, skip the skyrunning quest, and then take the portal to the Infinite Bazaar. Once you get in there, you're going to go turn on Heroic World Tier. Now this doesn't actually matter much, besides it's going to give you more experience, because where you're actually going to be farming, the enemies don't actually get any buffs from Heroic World Tier, but you still get the bonus experience. This is actually why this is a glitch farm, because Heroic World Tier is still working in this location. It's just not giving any of the buffs to the enemies. You're just getting the 500% increased experience for killing anything, but nothing's getting empowered, nothing has more health or anything like that, and you're not even killing the enemies, so it probably wouldn't really matter either way. But then you're going to go talk to Eternus, and he's going to have an option that says, how did Dalaran come to be on the Broken Isles? Now this is going to start a quest line to send you back to the introduction quest line for normal Legion. So in Legion Remix, you don't actually do this quest line normally, but if you played at the start of original Legion, you may remember you did a small quest line in your major city, whether it be Orgrimmar or Stormwind, and then you went into a scenario where you were with both Alliance and Horde players where you fought against a Legion, then you pretty much lost and were taking back to your main city. That's the scenario this is going to put you in. So you're going to be doing a handful of quests which give you normal experience and more loot. So you will be getting a decent amount of starter loot to go to do this farm. And you're just going to go through this quest line, go through the scenario. It's going to take you back to Stormwind, do everything it wants you to do. And then at some point, it's going to take you to the portal room in either Stormwind or Orgrimmar, and that will teleport you to Dalaran. But this Dalaran is not the Dalaran at the Broken Isles. This is a Dalaran floating above Karazhan. So this is the Dalaran before it got teleported to the Broken Isles, and it's a different instance of Dalaran. But right when you talk to the NPC that sends you to this version of Dalaran, you're done. You are now at the farm location. The farm location is just the streets of Dalaran. And you'll notice once you get there that demons are just constantly spawning everywhere. Whether it's bigger elite demons being dropped in from the sky or little imps and fellhounds spawning in from the ground, there's just demons spawning everywhere. And this is what you're going to be doing for the farm. You're just going to be tagging everything you possibly can. Because what also happens here is there are friendly mages all over Dalaran that are aggroing all of these enemies, and they are actually killing them. They will kill them pretty quickly, and they will also take aggro on everything pretty quickly as well. But you are still getting experience for just tagging all of these enemies. And the experience is not only pretty good because it's still considering them like normal enemies that you would be killing in Legion Remix, but the elites are also giving a lot more experience like they normally would, and at some points are giving like 5x the experience of all the other enemies. Since we turned on Heroic World Tier, you are also getting the increased experience from Heroic World Tier. You're also getting the increased experience you just have account wide from your artifact weapons as well. And also all the footage you're seeing and the numbers I'm going over in this video are with 160% bonus experience. That's it. You can get up to 400% on your artifact weapon. So when we go over how long it took me to get to level 80, realize you can do that in less than half the time I got a character to level 80 from this. Now, something you're going to want to make sure you're doing is tag these enemies as quickly as possible after they spawn, before they start getting hit by mages, because you'll notice that if you say tag a low health enemy that the NPC mages are killing, you'll get a lot less XP. You'll just get a small chunk. But if you tag them right at the start of their life, so right when they spawn, you'll get pretty much the full experience for that enemy. So that's the main thing you're really going to want to be doing. Get any movement speed skills you can possibly do, and get anything that allows allows you to just easily tag enemies that aren't grouped up, because these enemies really are going to be grouped. So you're going to want ranged abilities that can very easily tag. And most, if not all, classes are going to have at least one of their specs that can do this. Even something like a warrior, you can just play prot and use heroic throw that has no cooldown, and you can tag pretty easily with that. So pretty much everybody will have something that's an instant cast ranged damaging ability that will allow you to tag all this stuff. And just doing this farm without it being as efficient as possible, I was able to level a new character with 160% bonus experience from level 10 all the way to level 80 in under 2 hours and 30 minutes. Now keep in mind, even at 160% bonus experience, I did not do this efficiently. This was a character I started previously and had AFK'd on this character for probably like 15-20 minutes. So if I did this as efficiently as possible, I could probably, with 160% bonus experience, get this down to under 2 hours to get to level 80 from starting a new character. And like I mentioned, you can get 400% experience from your artifact weapons, so you can do this in less than half the time. So if you did this efficiently with 400% bonus experience, you could be leveling up characters in probably 45 minutes to an hour, all the way up to level 80. Now, obviously there's going to be a downside, and that's you're not getting any gear, you're not getting any infinite power. These enemies don't have any loot, you're not getting anything from killing them besides experience. So this is more so going to be done if you just want to get characters to level 80 to either take them to retail, which will give them a full set of gear on retail no matter what you have on remix, or if you just want to level them up to get the rewards you get just for getting level 80, which is actually a good chunk of bronze. And every new character you get to level 80, you actually get another 10% bonus to experience. So this could actually be a pretty decent way to get yourself up to that 400% bonus experience, because usually the best way to get bonus experience right now is just to go get a bunch of new characters and do their daily quests on them. But those can take quite a lot longer for 1% experience apiece compared to potentially doing like an hour and a half, depending on how much bonus experience you have, to get a character to level 80 to get that 10% bonus experience. And like I mentioned, as you're building that up and getting to say 400%, you could probably get this farm down to like 45 minutes. Now there's a few things you can do to make this more efficient. You can try to do more damage because the mages in Dalaran won't always aggro these enemies right away. So if you can get like really good jewelry pieces right when you start, you can do some more damage. If you're a DPS and choose better talents, you could potentially do some more damage, because the faster you can kill these enemies, the faster they'll respawn, the faster you'll tag more, and the faster more will die. So you could definitely have a little bit more efficiencies in just your talents and things like that. Another thing you can do while you're leveling up is also go back to the infinite bazaar, because you'll start to get some more one-time quests from Eternus, some of which will be able to be completed here. You also have some quests that once you hit certain level milestones, you just get a quest turn in. Like when you hit level 70, you get a quest turn in that gives you the bonus experience, and it's just another quest to turn in. So you'll get some additional stuff there. You can also pick up your first set of dailies from Eternus and just try to get any of them that are kill demons or kill any enemies. So if you can get those, you can also complete those, go back to the infinite bazaar, turn those quests in for an additional chunk of experience. That should speed up this farm a little bit. Also, if you ever leave this instance of Dalaran, you can go back to your main city, go back to the portal room, and talk to that same mage you talked to. He will teleport you back to that instance of Dalaran to do the farm again. So you can very easily go back there if you really want to, or if you just want to go here while you're sitting in queue for dungeons or something, or if you just want to add this in with other stuff you're doing to level up. But if you just want to do this farm, it's going to be ridiculously fast for leveling up. There does also seem to be one bug with this farm that's pretty easily fixed. So as you're leveling up through this farm, you'll notice sometimes that once you hit a new level, you're getting like no experience anymore for killing these enemies. You're just getting incredibly low amounts of it. You're still getting experience, but just a really low amount of it. For whatever reason, this instance seems to break sometimes in terms of how much experience it's giving you. So if you get to that point, leave that instance, whether it be for queuing up for a dungeon and going into your dungeon queue, or whether it be hearthing out of there, or whether it be using the tickets that teleport you to the infinite bazaar that then you can use to teleport back. Pretty much anything you do to leave that Dalaran instance and come back should fix it. And that's pretty much all you need to do. I had it happen to me a few times, and you just have to, again, leave that instance and go back, and it should be fixed, and you're ready to go to farm a bunch more. So I definitely recommend to go and do this farm if you're trying to level up characters very quickly without having a farm that is anything you even really need to focus on. Because this is something I could very well see them fixing, because again, having heroic world tier on and these enemies not being buffed by it at all is definitely a glitch that is not intended. But that's all I want to go over, so thanks for watching.